Thank you so much for being part of my channel this far, and I'm super excited that you are watching on this day. This is exactly 2 months counting down to May. If you don't know, if you've not been following me for a while, 14th of May 2021 was the time I launched this channel. So I'll be officially 1 year on this platform on May 14th. So March 2022 is giving me that 10 months vibe, getting to 1 year vibe, if you know what I mean. And I'm super excited. And I'm super grateful for how far we have come. Yes, I haven't hit some milestones I planned, especially when it comes to my subscriber count. But that's fine, because feedback is important, and I'm going to still make sure that we hit that target before we are 1 year. And so you're part of my journey. I know 70-something% of you guys, 77% of you guys haven't subscribed to my channel, and I want to ask why. Why? Can we start this month with telling ourselves the truth, like face to face, heart to heart? Like, why haven't you subscribed to my channel? Could you do that now? Just tap the red button, then go ahead and tap the bell button as well. That way you will always know when I pop a video up, and we can have fun almost live, if you know what I mean. Please do. I don't know if you watched my previous video where I talked about launching my school. I've just been in that zone. It's been exciting. I've been apprehensive, I've been expectant, and I'm still because I just launched my early bird features of the course. Anyway, so today we're talking about 7 things you should find out about her before you marry her. Yeah, this sounds very controversial. I know you were expecting, what does she want to say, right? Today's title is a bit, like shaking the table kind of thing, right? So 7 things that a woman must have before you marry her. Now, let me say something before we get into that. This is because there are a lot of assumptions that men make, the average man would make, because of certain shared thoughts around how women are complicated, women are this, that. Different cultures and different traditions also have their own say about what a woman should be and act like, and all of those things. Just the same way we also have certain things that we believe that a man should do and all of that. So yeah, but those are some assumptions can be really dangerous in a way that it can affect a man to begin to think that, okay, I can wing this marriage thing. Like, I don't need to, do so much, I don't need to do XYZ, I don't need to prepare for it, as it were. When I get her, I will know how to handle the marriage. So most men get into marriage, by default, I can handle it. And then they get into the marriage and they struggle. And they struggle so badly that they can't even tell anyone. And then they think it's also normal, because they also think that, other men are also struggling and nobody is telling anybody the truth. So this is one of the things that I think we should talk. That's why I think we should talk about this, these kind of things. We also have our preferences. For most men, it's always about what you see, how the woman looks and all that, which of course is important, okay? But now I have the personal belief that no woman is actually ugly. Pamper her, take her, love her, pamper her, and let her love you in return. Then let's check out who that woman becomes, well or not. Okay, but anyway, that's by the way. So that's just to help you. So video is to help you to just play back a few things that you may not have ignored, that I think you really need to pay attention to if you want to marry her. Okay, right? So it also help you if you have you currently have a lot of women on your plate and you're wondering, okay, which of them should I think about, or finally speak to about having a relationship that will lead to marriage. I think you must look out for in a woman you want to marry is to ensure that she has your worldview. Marry a woman who has the kind of goals in life that you have, the kind of aspiration, the kind of ambition. It doesn't have to be the same field, the same kind of thing, but she's larger than life like you. She's thinking of where you are also going to. Now, that is also to say that you guys must be at the same place when it comes to how you think about finances, how you think about marriage, how you think about taking care of the family. If you're going to be in the family, how you think about children and investments and things like that, very sensitive things. You must be sure that she's somebody who buys into your idea of life and how to enjoy it and how to live it, because if not, you're going to have a lot of problems trying to carry her along at some point, and then becoming maybe frustrated. Like so many men are in that place now, and you don't want to also join them. It's very important. All right, so number 2 feature you need to look out for. Look out for a woman who can talk to you, somebody who can counsel you, and somebody who you don't struggle to listen and take her advice. This is very important because so many times men make the mistake of thinking that, oh, she's too forward, she's too this, and then they deprive themselves of safety, security, all that they need to get in a secure relationship. And that's very important. Make sure that she has something to offer, when it comes to wisdom, support, mental fortitude. If not, you're going to live in the marriage single, taking the whole decisions maybe, and it will end up you having a woman who is striving all her life to please you. Is almost like a doormat. Yeah, some men think they find their masculinity in having that kind of edge over a woman, but that's really struggle. That's really a low place to be, because it's not a marriage then. It is more of a master-servant relationship, and that's not what marriage is about. Don't let anybody deceive you, okay? Number 3, marry someone who looks up to you and respects you. Now, for a woman to look up to you, you must have certain kind of advantage. There must be a certain higher level of value you bring to her life, whether it's in career, finance, spirituality, whatever it is. You must have an edge in the things that are important when it comes to spirituality, finance, communication, being able to carry along, being proactive, being able to be the one to plan and give direction. That is a no miss. You can't miss it, right? So be the man who has something, as an edge. So it doesn't matter whether, who earns more, who does that, but you have that. You have that edge over her where she submits easily, where she is able to look up to you. It's very important, right? Very important. And that doesn't mean you will do the bare minimum and then hardly do your part, okay? Being a husband is a leadership position, okay? And leaders are people who influence without coercing or forcing anyone, if you know what I mean, okay? Okay, so my point number 4 will be marry a woman who is mature enough to have her own mind, take her own decisions, and stand by it. I think this is explicit enough. Don't marry a woman who is controlled by external factors, external people outside you, because at the end of the day, it also tells that you won't be able to be the voice she hears and takes counsel from at the end of the day. You're going to have to deal with her and so many other third parties, family members, maybe a mom or a dad or something, and it might impact on your marriage, especially in the early times. If you work on it, it might come round, but then you want to sort out these kind of things ahead of time to make sure that she understands spiritual authority when it comes to marriage, where she understands her place, okay? That her place is not subjugated. She doesn't need to like defer all of those things, or live her own life without letting her husband know. Many people have this disjointed idea about marriage, that they can still be themselves without carrying their partner along in most things, and then they think it's fine. Okay, so marry somebody who comes from the ideology that we are going to build something that has never existed. Not somebody who is taking all the counsel and everybody. I mean, you don't have to take my advice as well, okay? So don't marry somebody who is taking everybody's advice, trying to please everyone, and not, finding time to build their identity, as a married couple, as a married person, if you know what I mean. Marry somebody who is open to explore with you, dig out your own template for your marriage, and plan how you want to live your lives as a married couple, instead of just copying and pasting, trying to please anyone. I think I've belabored the point, okay? But you know what I mean. Number 5, ensure that she has some money-making skill. You want to marry a woman who understands how to make money. A woman who can partner with you in investment and in taking care of the family. It takes a lot of money to build a home. don't let anybody kill you. It takes a whole lot of money to build a home, to take care of children, to pay fees, to live your best life, to pamper her in a way that will make her stand out. You know what I mean? So you don't need to play with that part of finance. Make sure that she's a woman who doesn't think that she doesn't need to bring much to the table. She's a woman. Don't marry a woman who thinks woman means low. Don't marry a woman who thinks being a woman is next to nothing. She doesn't have much to contribute, if you know what I mean. Go out there and ensure that she's busy with her hands, she's busy with her brain, she's a big thinker, and she's making investments already. That way, you will know exactly what to expect, if you know what I mean, right? The next point I want you not to forget, number 6, is marry a woman whose core value is family, especially if your core value is family, because in getting into marriage, you are going to definitely be a patriarch, and you're going to be a matriarch. You're going to set a standard that makes your ancestors have children in them. So you want to marry somebody who values family. Look at how she treats her family members, how she values, how she talks about her own home that she hasn't built yet. Okay, look at somebody who values relationship with family and has invested in herself also, just like you, in making sure that she's going to become the best person in marriage, in motherhood, and all of that. Okay, now that is very important, especially when it has to tie with your value system. The final point I have, but of course not the least, is marry a woman whose genotype and blood group matches yours. Don't make the mistake many people are still making. It's sad that in 2022 many people are still getting married when they know that their genotype and blood group don't match, and they are probably going to bring to earth children who are going to suffer all through their lives, and they are covering it up with religion, with ignorance, and all kind of things. You don't want that to happen, okay? So you need to make sure that the woman you want to get married to is somebody who matches your blood group, your genotype. That way you guys are healthy and will produce healthy babies and have adults who will be grateful to you tomorrow, not children who are going to keep suffering. With these 7 points of mine, I hope you understand that I'm here for you, and I'm here to bring you the juiciest points so that you don't forget, so you don't make a mistake. If you make a mistake anywhere in life, don't make it in your home, okay? Your home should be your treasure, the place you come to rest and refire to face the world, okay? So marry a woman, choose a woman who is in line with your value. Listen to your heart. Marry a woman who you are not afraid to talk to, who you are not acting when you're with her. Yeah, somebody who you can be you, and she's not judging you by pedestals of all of those societal things. You should have a home that is a refuge. All right, until I come your way again, you know what to do. Subscribe, like this video. When you like this video, it helps YouTube to suggest it to many more people. So please hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Share this video to somebody who really needs it, especially somebody who is about to get married or is about to propose to his girl. Do him a favor and send him this video, and I'll come your way again, most definitely in my next video. Okay, see you there.